Can't be San or Saint. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to CHS TV's live stream coverage of varsity sports. It's week 9 of California high school football as the 6-1 Carlsbad Lancers prepare to do battle with the 0-7 Oceanside Pirates. It's Carlsbad's second to last regular season home game of the year. The theme is pink. We've been with you for the first 4, and we will be with you for the last 2. Speaking of we, I'm Cash Money Versailles, your play-by-play commentator, here with reporter Roy Kane, who's doing color along with the rest of our wonderful live streaming crew. Roy, how are you doing tonight?
I'm feeling great, Cash. You know, the freshmen got to win, the JV got to win, and now it's time for Varsity to blow Oceanside out of the water. You know, 0-7 for a reason, and Carlsbad are some top dogs for a reason. We're going to come out, we're going to get a win, and we're going to be entertaining while we do it.
Like you said, Carlsbad's freshman football team came away with a 31-0 victory at Oceanside last night. JV's game just finished up earlier, came away with a 28-21 victory, although it was not as close as one would think because those last 2 touchdowns for Oceanside came in garbage time with the backup defense. And I would like to take a moment to shout out Nick Morris, the linebacker, one of the backup linebackers for the JV team, number 58, had a beautiful chase down tackle on that one. The Sandman has entered, and soon the Lancers football players will exit the tunnel 4 minutes from kickoff. And you know what time it is, ladies and gentlemen. Roy, you know what time it is. It's the No Cane, No Gain money line segment.
Carlsbad, not even a question. But, never done this on the money line spread, but I'm going to be taking them minus the points as well, 21 CHS odds. And let's just talk about the props today.
I'm trying to pull those up as we speak.
I'll just start it off. We got Julian Sayin over 2.5 touchdowns. I will be taking that. Then we got Thomas McCormick over 1.5 tackle for losses. I think we got Thomas Wyrick over 6.5 tackles. We got Jude McClellan over 0.5 sacks. We got Zach Marshall, anytime touchdown scorer, the Michigan commit. And then we got big body Mason Walsh over 85.5 rushing yards. He's coming off a career high last week with 4 touchdowns and 166 rushing yards. He also was awarded the Can-Do Player of the Week against San Marcos, number 22, Mason Walsh.
2 more slots to fill in for the Can-Do Player of the Week. Luke Farrelly won it for Inglewood. Then it was Cassius Murphy against Mission Hills. Justin Johnson versus Liberty. And Mason Walsh versus San Marcos. We still have Oceanside and Vista here.
Okay, let's just talk about our predictions for the Can-Do Player of the League. Who is your prediction to get it done for Oceanside this week and be awarded with this Can-Do Player of the Week?
I'm going to go with number 9. It's going to be Julian Sayin. He's propped on the 2.5 touchdowns. He's going to have a big game tonight against this defense. Let's see how it turns out.
I'm going to give it to, drumroll please, Nico Arboy. I feel like he's going to have a day. Or Zachary Marshall, ZZ. I think he's going to have a couple touchdowns today. You never know. Might even throw one. Might boost the fantasy points. But it's going to be a good game today, ladies and gentlemen. It's almost game time. It's pink out for the loud crowd. And once again, it's a beautiful Friday night in Carlsbad, California. And we know everyone at home is watching this game, but watching the Padres-Dodgers game as well. So make sure you keep on staying up to date on that game and this game. And let's go Padres. To all those Dodgers people who's watching out there, Padres in full.
Padres up 1-0 at the bottom of the third, currently in San Diego at Petco Park. Kickoff just moments away, including the national anthem. The rest of the player introductions to continue. While we're waiting, let's talk about the 5-star recruit, Julian Sayin, coming off of a game where he was 10 of 16, 270 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mason Walsh also had 224 total scrimmage yards and 4 scrimmage touchdowns, 3 rushing, 1 receiving. So it's bound to be a good week for both of them.
Now we see Carlsbad Lancers coming out of the tunnel, getting ready for the national anthem. As always, we got the all blackout unis today, and that means it's going to be a shutout. We got the best colorway uniforms in the league, in the country, and of all time. And like Cash was saying, we're going to talk about the recruits on the team. Let's go through the offense. I'll start off, Cash. We got 5-star quarterback Julian Sayin coming up on his commitment soon, maybe late this year or next year. But we can all make the assumption about his top 3. It's around Georgia, LSU, and Alabama, a top 3 to be reckoned with. He will actually be leaving the LCC game, going right to the airport to catch a flight to go all the way to Alabama on an unofficial visit. And let's move on to the 3-star transfer tight end from Santa Fe Christian, Zach Marshall. That man has been a weapon in these games that he's been back. He did return after a 6-game suspension from the transfer portal. But let's move on, Cash. Who else we got on the team?
More of that information to come. Right now we have the national anthem from the Carlsbad band. So please, at home or in the crowds, please stand, put your right hand over your heart, remove any headgear for the U.S. national anthem.
This game is dedicated to breast cancer awareness and all those who have fought against the disease. This game is dedicated to breast cancer awareness and all those who have fought against the disease. This game is dedicated to breast cancer awareness and all those who have fought against the disease. This game is dedicated to breast cancer awareness and all those who have fought against the disease. This game is dedicated to breast cancer awareness and all those who have fought against the disease. This game is dedicated to breast cancer awareness and all those who have fought against the disease. This game is dedicated to breast cancer awareness and all those who have fought against the disease. This game is dedicated to breast cancer awareness and all those who have fought against the disease. This game is dedicated to breast cancer awareness and all those who have fought against the disease. This game is dedicated to breast cancer awareness and all those who have fought against the disease. This game is dedicated to breast cancer awareness and all those who have fought against the disease. This game is dedicated to breast cancer
We ask you all to join us in a moment of silence as we think of all those in our lives who have been affected by breast cancer. Thank you. And now, the national anthem by the Marching Lancers and the CUSD Middle School Band.
Big shout out to the band. Yet another wonderful performance. Another full is a random word that I have made up. I'd also like to shout out Nathan Axon, sadly home with the flu, had to miss the JV game, would have surely gotten a head top interception in garbage time. Sadly, he's home away from the sport, from the gridiron, but he is able to watch the live stream, so big shout out to you. We can hear Coach Katz on the sideline screaming, let's get to work. You best believe that this Carlsbad Lancers team is gonna get to work.
Yes, indeed, Cash. We're going to get to work, and it's going to start off from the kickoff. I feel like Danny Valencia is going to come out, have a big day boot, maybe even a touchback. But if it's not going to be a touchback, it's going to be a boomstick. It's going to be a hard body lay out to the ground. And I'm calling it. It's either going to be Thomas McCormick out there or Thomas Wyrick.
Right, Danny.
Danny Valencia, sadly no touchbacks last week, home against San Marcos. The wind was not in his favor all night, but he'll get another shot tonight. It was a little bit windy earlier. We had a couple sprinkles through the night. Earlier in the week, we had some lightning that sadly canceled the practice outdoors, so we took it inside the old gym.
And for freshman football, we got to go home, Cash.
That won't stop the Lancers tonight. Valencia kick is up and away, and that will sail past the back line of the end zone. It'll be touchback number 15 for Danny Valencia.
That was a big kick. I thought he was going to pull the Justin Tucker and make that off the kickoff. That thing was tracking up the uprights. Now the defense for the Lancers takes its side as Justin Johnson is running out there.
Talk to each other. Let's go. Trust each other.
The Oceanside Pirates currently 0-7, seeking their first win. Carlsbad seeking to keep that league win streak alive that's been birthed since 2018. In the backfield, number 2, Sane Thompson at quarterback will motion a man, and it'll be a give to number 22 on the sweep. It's Demarie Vivian, and he'll be dropped at the line by the Thomases. It's Wyrick and McCormick. I called it in the Inglewood game, similar to the Sean and Sean show the Chargers had in 2006. We have a Thomas and Thomas show here on the 2022 Varsity Lancers roster, the junior and the senior.
And that is number 1, Cash, for Thomas McCormick, tackle for a loss. All we need is one more, but that's not all we're going to get. I'm seeing around 4 or 5 tonight. I mean, he gets to the ball and he pounds the rock.
Out of the ace, number 15, Evan Wolf in motion. It'll be a give to the running back, number 32, Joseph Garcia. He'll try and drive the pile for a couple of yards, stuffed by a multitude of Lancers, and that is not an athletic play. we saw Jake Morrison, the JV running back, have 2 total touchdowns, bursted for a 70-yard run down the sideline as well. Capped that drive off with a 2-yard rushing touchdown by fullback, wide receiver, all-around athlete Kean Riddle. The other touchdown, Simon Alexander to Jack Siegel.
We saw their Jude McClellan getting up there to stuff the gap. We're going to be seeing a lot from him today, filling the gaps and getting a couple tackles for loss, and I would like to see a couple sacks from him today.
Lancers in the nickel. Thompson will get number 6 in the flats. It's Isaac Hernandez. Did he get the first? Quite possibly. And they will give it to him. It's a 1st and 10 for the Oceanside Pirates. They're driving here in Carlsbad.
Back up. There's a blue line.
Big first down there from the Pirates. Started off well for the Lancers with a nice tackle for loss. But now it brings up 1st and 10 for the Pirates as Dakota subs into the game for Justin Johnson.
The play was whistled dead, and now they have a new one. Thompson will get it to the running back out on the toss. That's going to be Jacob Sisson on the tackle for loss, compiling the tackle for loss with Cassius Murphy. That was number 32. Joseph Garcia, the senior, 5'10", 250-pound middle linebacker and running back on the toss. And now we have 2nd down and 12 for Oceanside. Certainly not new to start having plays behind the sticks.
Loud, loud, loud.
Brings up a big 2nd and 12 for the Pirates.
Thompson will motion Hernandez over to the right. He'll get Hernandez in the swing, and he will be dropped.
What a read by Damon Ivey, the headhunter we have labeled him as. I mean, he has no mercy on these guys in the backfield, or if they're slanted across the middle, he's going to let them know that's going to be tough to wake up tomorrow. And let's just talk about the guys that are highlighted out there, the men with the green gloves. We got Justin Johnson, number 4, number 7, Luke Farrelly, and number 3, Justice Woods. They're all dogs out there, and they're going to make a presence on this defensive side and offensive side for the Lancers.
3rd down and 17 for Thompson and the Pirates. He'll motion over Hernandez once again. Thompson dropping back. He's going to get his man over the middle and in and out of the hands of Evan Wolf. It's incomplete. A little bit of a late hit on Logan Schaefer. The penalty will not be called. Coach Publico will be calling for the punt return unit for Carlsbad. Deep to return is senior number 23, Camden Keller, the 5'10", 160-pound DB wide receiver and return specialist. To kick it seems to be number 6, Isaac Hernandez, who the senior 5'9", 160-pound wide receiver and linebacker will also be kicking for the Pirates tonight. Motioning Aiden Goodwin inside the lineup. A deep punt from the punter, and Camden Keller will actually return it on the 2nd bounce, and the Lancers will set up shop at their own 49, just shy of midfield, as Julian Sayin and the rest of this Carlsbad Lancers offense gears up for their first drive of the night with 8:29 to go in the 1st quarter.
I mean, it always starts with the defense. Defense wins championships, and the defense today and this whole year has been setting up the offense to succeed and putting them in positions to strike. And now we got a 1st and 10 for the Lancers, Sayin in the backfield with Walsh on the left-hand side. As we see, not in the bottom of our screen yet, but Justin Johnson and Zach Marshall, a deadly duo to be reckoned with.
Out of the gun, it's a give to Mason Walsh, 224 scrimmage yards last week. Spinning out of a tackle, he's open in open space. Nico Arboy with the block, a penalty marker does fly. It's a 52-yard rushing touchdown for Mason Walsh, but we could see to look, I'm not sure. We can expect to see this come back.
We might have seen a holding there as the man in the white cap goes over to discuss this one. But what a run nonetheless from Mason Walsh. I mean, spinning out of a tackle, breaking away, getting to the left-hand side, following the block by Nico Arboy. I mean, the man is shifty. He looks like Christian McCaffrey out there, except he doesn't have bones of glass. He has bones of steel. That man does not go down. He only goes in for 6.
It will be a penalty on the Lancers. It's a holding on the Lancers. It was spotted at the Oceanside 40, so it will be 1st down and 8 for the Lancers to start off this drive, and Mason Walsh has got to be gassed and upset that that awesome run had to go to waste.
Upset nonetheless, but definitely just coming out the gate, first play of the drive for the offense. That definitely does boost the confidence for the offense, and especially Walsh in the backfield. After that, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets it right here.
Trips left, motioning Walsh out into the flat. Sayin will drop back. He's going to get it to Walsh. He's going to find a crease, but it's not much of one. Number 9 of the Pirates, Joseph Matthews, the 6 foot, 190-pound strong safety and quarterback. He's the senior on Oceanside. It's a 0-yard gain, and it will be a 2nd down and 8 as we have under 8 minutes to go here in the first quarter.
Big 2nd down for the Lancers, but I have no doubts at all for this 2nd and down. I mean, we got so many threats out there, so many weapons. I mean, we could throw it to practically anybody, and I feel like they could get the job done, especially the man number 17, Nico Arboy.
Ace gun for the Lancers. It's a give to Mason Walsh on the base run. He's going to take it for about 6 or 7 yards, and it'll be a 3rd down and 1 for the Lancers offense. Now, I think you and I both know who this is going to go to as they sub in Cassius Murphy and Jacob Sisson and Baden Kosick. They're going to bring out that heavy unit and give it to the stud running back, Mason Walsh.
I mean, I think he's going to continue to have a day just like how he did against San Marcos. This man's going to have a lot of targets. If it's from the screen passes to the dives, he will get outside and he will get up the field. As he gets pushed through, he might have got it, and he did. That is a Lancers 1st down, stuffed in the backfield, but the extra effort from Walsh and the lineman pushing him up gets us the 1st down and moves the chains for a Lancers 1st down.
Matthew Gonzalez, the senior defensive end there with the tackle, penetrating that line and getting to Mason Walsh before he got to the line of scrimmage, just couldn't keep him out. They're going to sub in Justin Johnson for Jacob Sisson, so possibly an ace situation we see here on this next one. Will Barton, the left guard, talking to quarterback Julian, saying they will come out in the ace. Under center is saying maybe we see a play action. It is a play action. He's going to heave this one for Justin Johnson. We've seen this multiple times, but this one will not come down in the Lancers' favor. In coverage was number 25, Jason Huffman, the junior cornerback. And
I mean,
in and out of the hands of Justin Johnson, just heartbreaking there.
It looks like that was a great ball for getting hit there, and it looks like Justin Johnson just mistimed his jump by a second. I mean, he has hops, he has bunnies, so nonetheless, he's going to get up there, but it's about if he comes down with it or not, and there he did not. But what a ball for under pressure there from Julian Sayin. I would like to see another deep ball here on a big 2nd and 10 for the Lancers.
2nd and 10 for the Lancers. Out in the dubs tight. Zach Marshall is subbed in. Sayin stepping up in the pocket. He's going to hit Zach Marshall. It's his first catch of the night. Stiff arming a man, and he's got to take 3 men to bring him down. That's a 10-yard reception, and it will be a Lancers 1st down inside the Oceanside 30 at the Oceanside 29.
I mean, we're just moving the chains like old-fashioned football. We run the ball, we throw a slam, and if that's not there, we heave it deep.
Toss to Mason Walsh. It's a carry for about 5 or 6 and a 2nd and mid to come. They're running the hurry-up offense here in Carlsbad, just getting to the line, making the play call, and running it.
2nd and 4 for the Lancers. Wouldn't be surprised if we run the rock here. We shouldn't be going away from this run anytime soon, with the O-line up front looking pretty solid despite the loss from Thor Stuckey at center.
Out in the trace, Julian saying he's gonna find Zach Marshall on the drag, and he's got open space, trucking a man over. He's inside the red zone at the 5. It's a big reception for 19. 2 catches, 29 yards so far for Zach Marshall as they're inside the 5, and maybe we see the prop bet be completed.
I mean, we know number 1 there, the man who brought down Zach Marshall, is going to feel that truck tomorrow. I mean, that is a specimen running at you. Number 11, Zach Marshall, 6'4" and 220 pounds. I mean, he can play everything, QB, tight end, wide receiver, and even DN. He gets to the backfield, and it is loud, and the loud crowd. That's why we ranked number 1 in the country, and we were up for Southern California Loud Crowd of the Week, which would be big for the program.
Play action to Walsh. He's going to roll out right. He's got a man in the back of the end zone. He's got it. And it's a touchdown. Jacob Sisson with the catch.
What a catch by Jacob Sisson. I mean, we saw him waving for it. We saw him waving for the ball there. And Julian Sayin trusted his man back there, threw it up, and he came down in triple coverage. What a play, and what a way to kick off the game for the Lancers. With 4 minutes and 27 seconds left after the kick from Pursoon here, it will be 7-0 Lancers.
Pursoon with the PAT, 22 for 24 in the year, now 23 for 25. Back on the touchdown. Jacob Sisson, his first catch of the year is a 4-yard receiving touchdown with 3 games left to go in the season. He's been a defensive specialist, and he's been really a blocking specialist on that O-line, which is a big reason why Mason Walsh has been breaking off these big runs.
Now we got Danny Valencia coming back out there. Let's just talk about that drive. It started with the defense, gave up a couple first downs, but in the end stopped it with a couple tackle for losses, and all in the end, just running to the ball and being a team and setting up the offense for a very great, well-rounded drive with the great run from Mason Walsh brought back, but it does not stop the offense with a couple big passes to Zach Marshall, finally ending in the touchdown to Jacob Sisson with the bean top.
7-0 is our score. 4:27 to go in the first quarter. Is the 16th touchback on the year in order for Danny Valencia, and it is not as far, maybe about a yard or 2 short of what he hit on the earlier touchback. But that is touchback number 16 as Oceanside will set up shop once again at their own 20.
And let's just talk about the Padres here. If you're watching at home or if you're watching us and following on your phone, Grisham for the Padres just hit a solo bomb to send the Padres up 2-0, bottom of the 4th. This could get out of hand. Let's go Padres in 4.
Thompson in the gun. He's going to motion his man. It's going to be a play action on the jet sweep, and he's going to get sacked. No, it's incomplete. He's going to try and throw that one away. Cassius Murphy was on his back, and Thompson will barely get that one out.
Cassius Murphy getting to the back there, just making the QB pay for what he did, stepping up into the pocket. And I mean, I would not want to step into the pocket with a defense like this. And even if you throw a screen, dude, I might as well drop it here in the footsteps from either Ben Harris, Thomas McCormick, Justice Woods. I mean, those guys are all hard-body boys.
Out of the gun, he'll motion Wolf over. He's got Wolf in the flats, and it's going to be incomplete. Kalani Pickett, the senior wide receiver, was the intended target. I believe Luke Farrelly came up to bat that one down.
That was actually Justin Johnson, if I'm not mistaken, to bat that one down. He came up and he was flying in the air, and that is a no-fly zone, a seatbelt area. And I've said this a lot. When you're throwing it up against the Lancers secondary, you might as well tuck your child in the seatbelt, put him in the night-night, and be ready for a long road trip ahead.
3rd down and 10 after 2 straight incompletions. Thompson out of the gun. He'll snap it, firing it to number 22 in the flats. It's Vivian shaking a man, and he almost has the first down, an 8 or 9 yard reception. Logan Schaefer with the tackle, and it'll be 4th down and short for Oceanside. One of the bigger rivalries for Carlsbad if I can pull it up, Carlsbad has not lost to Oceanside since 2016. In my opinion, we cannot expect to see Oceanside's first win tonight.
I mean, we might not expect to see in a while. I mean, with how our JV and freshmen are playing against them, they do not look any promising anytime soon. And big 4th and 1, and the punt unit is coming out for the Pirates. We could see something trickery here with a motion last punt. I would be ready for a fake here.
Isaac Hernandez, the punter. It's going to bounce off the ground, and he's going to punt this one. It's a line driver returned by Camden Keller. He'll juke a man out. He's got a lead blocker, and he'll be brought down at his own 40. Penalty markers fly. It's Matthew Gonzalez, the senior defensive end, with the tackle. We'll have to wait and see what this penalty is.
If I had a good guess, I would say it is a face mask. I saw Camden Keller's helmet going flying after that tackle. I mean, his neck practically went all the way around his body, and we could be seeing 15 for the Lancers here, moving the chains to the Pirates' TD side. And it is a face mask on the Pirates, now setting the Lancers into Pirate territory. I mean, it always is good to start a drive on our opposite 44.
Hey, get your helmet on, Ronnie.
First down and 10 for the Lancers at the Pirates 44. Like you said, it's always great to start in opposing field position. Saying out of the gun, it's wide set. He'll give it to Walsh. Lead man to block is Marcus McNeil. He's got a hole, and he's brought down by 2 Oceanside Pirate players. It's number 7, Carter Pederini, the junior, and Demarii Vivian, the junior corner.
You know what I call that, Cash? A Lancers first down, being led by Mason Walsh. What a gap there. I mean, I would take those gaps any day. I mean, as long as Mason Walsh can get through them, we'll be moving the chains every single play.
Griffin Rosenblum will sub in for Marcus McNeil out in the Dubs wing. It'll be a play action to Mason Walsh. He's got Zach Marshall with blocks, and he's down at the 6-yard line. Number 25, Jason Huffman with the tackle. He's gonna feel that one tomorrow morning.
Jason Huffman making a business decision to take him low, because we know if he takes Zach Marshall high, it will not end well, and we might be taking the cart out there to pick him up. We see the red zone target from Sayin going out there on the left-hand side, Griffin Rosenblum.
Sayin out of the gun, trips left. He's trying to find some space, stepping up in the pocket. He'll take it himself. Can he get there? He's gonna step out of bounds at the 6. It's about a 2-yard run for Julian Sayin, and it'll be 2nd down and goal.
2nd and 6 for the Lancers as we check out the loud crowd cam. Pink out tonight, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And we will be getting it done for everyone in the world who has faced this or has had to deal with breast cancer in their family. Shout out to you guys, and the Lancers are doing it for you, as we're gonna see 6 points go on the board after this drive.
Sayin will fire a quick one to Marshall. He's got it! 6-yard receiving touchdown for Zach Marshall, his 4th reception of the night. Finally strikes for 6, and that's 1 prop bet completed.
Jason Huffman had no chance on that play. I mean, he's throwing it up to Zach Marshall, having every chance of odds to come down with it. I mean, he is a big body, and he's going to come down with that 9 out of 10 times on the day. And that one is a one time that we will see it today. And I don't think that's going to be his only touchdown tonight. I mean, we saw so many targets in these first couple drives. They know he's going to be abusing his size tonight and getting some catches, maybe some sacks, maybe some throwing touchdowns. But we know right now he has a lot of receptions and got 1 touchdown in the stats.
Tyler Pursoon now 2 for 2 on PATs for the night. Lancers up 14-0 with 2:58 to go in the first. Number 22, Demarii Vivian, the junior, almost with the block, getting around the edge. It might have been Jason Huffman as well. But Danny Valencia heading out for his third kickoff of the night, possibly for his third touchback of the night.
Outside. Don't leave until you cross.
As you can see in the camera, it certainly is windy. You can see horizontal rain. We're not getting any rain here in the booth just yet. Let's hope we do not. Very expensive equipment we have up here. Cannot risk it getting damaged. Danny Valencia with the kickoff from the 40. Can it sail all the way? It will.
That's a cannon from Danny Valencia. The big boot from the big guy. I mean, I've said this a couple times, but I wouldn't be surprised if he continues his academic and athletic career in college. I mean, he has been talking to Wisconsin for a while, he's told me, but there are a lot of possibilities for that kid right there.
Danny Valencia is only a junior, 6 foot, 200-pound kicker, also plays O-line. Out of the gun is Thompson. He'll snap it, dropping back, looking to throw. It's caught by number 6, Hernandez. He'll be thrown out of bounds. That's Harry Koenig with the tackle. It's an 7 or 8 yard reception for Isaac Hernandez, and it'll be a second down and short now for Oceanside.
Listen to this, Cash, okay? There's been some rumors that the QB Julian Sayin and a couple other juniors are going to try to push for an out-of-state game next year. What would your thoughts be on that?
It would be very interesting, although I do not think JV will be going with them.
I agree, Cash. I do not think it would be worth it.
For varsity, though, it would be very fun. Under center is going to be Thompson. He'll motion number 15, Evan Wolf, over. It's a give up the gut. It's a first down for Joseph Garcia, the senior running back. He's got about 3 yards and a first down. Hernandez and Vivian will sub back into the lineup.
I mean, it's kind of getting out of hand already, and it's not even close to the end of the half. I mean, we're coming off a blowout against San Marcos, a blowout against Torrey Pines, and it's going to be another blowout versus Oceanside here. And I bet we'll see another blowout against LCC and Vista. I mean, we kind of got an easy route.
Almost intercepted there by Thomas McCormick. Penalty markers do fly. That might have been a block in the back on number 75, Daniel Herrera, the senior offensive and defensive lineman.
It looks like Herrera is trying to plead his case to Drew McClellan, but he's just putting up his 2 hands. I don't know. All I know is he's going to take the yards and move the chains back for the Pirates and bring up a big first down.
It's a 10-yard penalty from the spot of the foul, and it'll be a first down and 22 for Oceanside after picking up the first down from Joseph Garcia. Sane Thompson, the senior quarterback, 6'3", 190 pounds, heading back out there. No comparison to the junior quarterback on the other side, Julian Sayin. Thompson out of the gun, trips right, set. He'll motion his man over. Garcia now to his left. Now he'll motion Hernandez, and he's gonna play action, and he's got number 21 in the screen. It's incomplete. Number 21, Aiden Goodwin on the screen. We saw a lot of those in the JV game. Maybe we expect to see a lot of those tonight.
I mean, Aiden Goodwin with some Butterfingers. Looked like he just lathered up some Vaseline, put them on his gloves, and bounced it right off his chest and hands. I mean, no hands from the kid.
Good training in practice, not good training in a game. And it looks like we're getting a little bit of snow here in Carlsbad. Scientifically impossible, but that's what the cameras seem to be picking up. Wouldn't you love to have some snow in Carlsbad, Roy?
I'd love it, but the only elements we got tonight is a little bit of drizzle and a Lancers win that is bound.
Joseph Garcia now to the right of Thompson. He'll motion Hernandez to the other side. Maybe another screen pass. It'll be a swing to number 32. No whistles fly, and it'll sail out of bounds. It's a backwards pass and out in or over the head of Joseph Garcia, and it'll be out of bounds at the 5-yard line, and it'll be third down and seems to be 36 for the Oceanside Pirates.
The pass there from Sane Thompson, if I'm not mistaken, Cash, is that a live ball there for the Lancers defense?
It is a live ball because any backwards or sideways pass, depending on the official's ruling, can be recovered by the defense. I'm not 100% sure if it can be returned, though, especially if you dive on it. I believe it will be called dead there. But if it's a scoop and score, I believe you could surely take that one to the house, especially if it's a 5-yard scamper into the end zone for the first defensive touchdown for the Lancers. The DBs drop back. Thompson will hit Hernandez, and incomplete. Hitting his right shoulder and bouncing right off. Logan Schaefer was on his back, and it'll be 4th down and a mile for this Oceanside offense as they'll gear up for their 3rd punt of the night. And this is why Carlsbad is the #1 team in avocado, and the Oceanside Pirates are in 7th place, otherwise last. 1:31 to go here in the first quarter. Hernandez in the back of the end zone to punt. Not a whole lot of room there for him.
I'll take blocked punt here. I feel like the defense is going to get in there, and we might be taking this for a safety.
Hernandez almost blocked, but that might be a roughing the kicker call. Camden Keller has room, and he'll juke right into the
defense. But now, once again, after a great defensive stop by the Lancers, setting up our offense to score again. I mean, the defense cannot be reckoned with right now. Stop after stop. I don't think Oceanside has moved the ball past 20 yards. If anything, they've moved it back 20 yards. And now it sets up the Lancers offense, a 1st and 10 on the opposing side for the Pirates, the 28-yard line.
1st down and 10 now for the Lancers. Saying out of the gun, bunch right. He'll snap it, he'll drop back, look to throw, rolling out left, and he's got room. He's gonna send that one deep for Marshall, and he's got it!
And
incomplete, in and out of the hands. It's Kalani Pickett in coverage.
He had it all the way until the end. I thought he came down with it with the toe tap, one hand around the body snag, but it does come out in the end. What an effort there, though, by Nico Arbor.
Second down and 10 now for the Lancers. It's a give to Walsh up the gut, and he'll be swallowed for a 2-yard gain, and it'll be a 3rd down and long for the Lancers. Mason Walsh, 5'9", 190 pounds. And he's a beast to be reckoned with on this offense, coming off of a 224-yard scrimmage game. Trips right, Sayin will get it to Griffin Rosenblum on the hitch, stuffed 1 yard shy. From this point, it'll be a 40 or a 36-yard field goal, well in the range of Tyler Pursoon. And they'll keep the offense out there. 4th down and 1, the first 4th down attempt. We know how analytical and gutsy Thad McNeil can be. The Lancers will call for the first of their 3 timeouts with 22.1 seconds to go in the first, up 14-0. This will surely cement their momentum here in this first half.
I mean, Cash, why not go for it on 4th and 1? I mean, Coach McNeil knows he's getting the ball back in around 3 minutes because how well the offense is, or the defense is playing, I mean, might as well just go for it. He has faith in the defense to get a couple stops, and he knows the offense is going to be out on the field for the majority of the game because the defense gets it done quick and gets back the ball for the offense. But let's check out the Padres score right now, Cash. When I last checked, it was 2-0, and it looks like it is still 2-0. The top of the 5th with the Dodgers up to bat. It would be great if the Padres could send this to Game 4 up 2-1 with Musgrove on the mound tomorrow to finish it out and seal the deal.
Padres and the Dodgers tied in the series so far. It's a best of 5 tomorrow night, surely to be interesting. Now out of the empty right set, Sayin will snap it. He's got Marshall over the middle, And number 9, Joseph Matthews, the senior safety, cannot jar it loose. It's a first down and 10 for the Lancers, and Zach Marshall has been a force all night with 1 receiving touchdown.
I mean, Zach Marshall is a red zone threat today as we're creeping in the red zone on the 11-yard line with Walsh in the back. The toss to him.
Walsh up the middle, trying to cut it inside. He'll be brought down by Vivian and Matthews.
And now it hits triple zeros in the first quarter. 14-0 Lancers moving into the second quarter very soon. The Lancers are putting together some great drives as the defense is putting together some great stops. I mean, everything is really going well, and you couldn't ask for a better start right now. And all I say, Cash, it starts with the uniforms, the all black, the shutout. I'm going to see another donut on the board tonight.
We'd also like to shout out Coach Thad McNeil tonight, was awarded Chargers Chargers Coach of the Week.
I mean, Coach McNeil is just an inspiration to all. The GOAT, greatest of all time. I mean, we got coaches named after this field. I wouldn't be surprised if it's McNeil Field someday. That kind of has a good ring to it, Cash.
Coach Mack was a former quarterback for Carlsbad. Came back right after college as an assistant coach, from what I hear from one of his former players. And his quarterback skills really shined in practice. He could hit 50-yard bombs when he wasn't on the when he was not on the team. Here comes 2nd down and 8 for the Lancers. At the 9-yard line, Sayin will drop back, firing it into the corner, and it is
a touchdown!
Zach Marshall with his 2nd receiving touchdown of the night.
That's number 2 for the big man, over the shoulder with the under pressure pass from Julian Sayin, dropping it into the breadbasket for the TD. Another 6 for the offense. What a throw, what a catch. And right now, that was a drip-drop pass. That's why I feel some drip-drop rain right now.
6 seconds into the second quarter, and we already have 6 extra points in favor of the Lancers. Tyler Pursuit with the double 6 on his back. Kick is up, kick is good. And the Lancers now up 21-0. It's a 3-possession ball game as the Lancers kickoff unit gears up for yet another preparation of another stop. Lots of Lancer coaches have previously played for Carlsbad. There's Coach Swain, who played in the early 2000s. There's Coach Marin as well. Coach Chapman, one of the quarterback coaches.
And then Coach Katz played at Torrey Pines.
Played at Mission Hills. Of course, you as a center offensive lineman, not an athlete running back like me, wouldn't know.
Okay, Cash. Calm down, buddy.
This is also coming from the guy that's broken his collarbone a collective 3 times. I Googled it. The record is 4 collarbones in 1 year. I almost broke a 3rd. Danny Valencia for touchback number 4. This one a low drive, and it'll bounce. It'll be recovered for the first time tonight. It's number 22, Vivian on the return, brought down by, I think, Nico Arboy.
It looks like there is a penalty marker on the field. Maybe a block in the back on Kalani Pickett, number 1 out there. Looks like he's a little bit frustrated. So we could be seeing a penalty on the Pirates anytime soon. Hey, Cash, final score predictions. What you liking right now?
I think Carlsbad's gonna is gonna drop a 50 burger on the Oceanside Pirates for the first time since they beat LCC at home last year.
I agree with you, Cash. I could love to see a 50 burger here from the Lancers. I feel like we're gonna show no mercy in this one. And I feel like when our defense is playing lights out and our offense is playing lights out and can make any play they choose to, this will be a high-scoring game for the Lancers, unlike the Pirates.
Whistles blow. Thompson out of the gun. He'll motion Wolf over to the left. He'll snap it. He'll drop back, look to throw, and he'll get it to Wolf on the screen pass into open space. He's got the first, and he's brought down by, that's going to be Harry Koenig, one of the safeties for the Lancers, also a fellow athlete at running back.
I mean, that's an unfamiliar call there. A Pirates first down, Cash. Don't think we'll be saying that too much tonight.
Pirates, hurry up. I think we'll be seeing that a lot. Out of the gun is Thompson. He'll fire it to the left side, and it's nearly intercepted. Pass intended for Goodwin. Ben Harris making his first start since he suffered that injury earlier in the season. Nearly with the pick. It'll be 2nd down and 10. The hurry up not working for Oceanside already. But then again, it's nothing new for these Pirates. Maybe they could get Johnny Depp out there and the rest of his crew to help win this.
Indeed, Cash. Brings up 2nd and 10 for the Pirates.
Thompson out of the gun. He'll snap it. He'll look to throw, and he'll hit his man on the screen looking for Vivian, the junior wideout on the right side. It's incomplete, and it'll be 3rd down and 10. And like you said, these drives take only about 3 minutes. This one taking so far 32 seconds.
I mean, Thomas McCormick there coming in, guns blazing, lurking that. We saw last week against San Marcos. I saw one of the most acrobatic interceptions I've ever seen. I mean, I said it. He went to the library, he picked a book, he studied it, he read it, and he got 100 on the test. I mean, this man knows how to jump plays and get to the ball and catch the ball.
Another screen pass for Oceanside, and this one will be incomplete. In and out of the hands of Isaac Hernandez, and there's Thomas McCormick to bat it down. Jacob Sisson will help up his fellow number 6, Isaac Hernandez. It'll be 4th down and 10 now for the Oceanside Pirates as they send out their punting unit for their 4th time tonight. Julian Sayin has hit the over. Zach Marshall has hit the over. Who else is going to hit the over tonight on the prop bets?
I think Thomas McCormick already has 1 tackle for loss. One more, easy. Then we got Drew McClellan over 0.5 sacks, easy. You know, I like to see that maybe in this first half or in the second half for sure. But Cash, another defensive stop for the Lancers, bringing out the punt unit. I mean, if you got fantasy points for the punter out here, this man might be hitting triple digits.
I believe he's already hit triple digits. This one, a line drive. It's going to go past Camden Keller. And this one is a beautiful bounce. Camden Keller will field this one at his own 11, and he'll take it. He'll be brought down. Not quite yet, but he will now. That's number 52, Ben Saliga, the junior defensive end and offensive tackle on the tackle there. As the Lancers will set up shop for the first time in their own territory at their own 25, or at their own at the 25. It'll be 1st and 10 for Julian Sayin and this electric Lancers offense. Maybe we see the 50 burger posted in the first half, Roy.
Electric, Cash, is an understatement. This is a thunderstorm with Hercules leading it right behind it. And Hercules on the field right now is Julian Sayin, the man that has all command in the offense and who can decide whether we get the W or not.
I think we're getting the W, Roy. Also, I'd like to bring out, I didn't think we had AC/DC here out on our offense and defense because they're playing Thunderstruck. That was very corny, I apologize. Out of the wide left, Sayin will get this one to Mason Walsh up the gut, powering his way through, nearly with the first down. He'll just truck Carter Petterini, the junior safety. He stepped up into that hole, saw Mason Walsh, and saw his life flash before his eyes. I'm pretty sure we could see how wide his eyes got from up here, Roy.
I actually couldn't, Cash, even though I have 20/20 vision. But sorry to ruin the moment. But Mason Walsh, what a beast. I mean, he's a wrecking ball. If anything, another little corny joke here, we should be playing Wrecking Ball by Katy Perry. Okay, excuse us there with the sound jokes.
I don't know why, but I want to say it was by Miley Cyrus. Out of the gun, Sayin, slinging this left. Justice Woods wide open, will split the defense. He's going to cut it across the field, find a hole, and tackle at the 24-yard line of Oceanside.
Justice Woods with the catch, a little underthrown there from Sand, but it do not matter because Justice Woods comes back to it, catches it, shifts around, and gets up the field for a big gain for the Lancers. Just like that, we're in our own territory, and now we move to the opposing side of the Pirates with a gab from Mason Walsh there.
Roy, I would like to add I was correct. It's
Yep,
a wrecking ball by Miley Cyrus, but an update on the Padres game. 1-2 now our score in the middle of the 5th. Back to the Lancers game. It's 2nd down and 5 with 9:22 to go. And this Lancers loud crowd is getting hype. Out of the gun is Sand, wide right. It's a play action to Walsh. He'll get it to Nico Arboy, the CHS TV student. Trey Nastasio, the junior corner and wideout with the tackle there. 6 foot 175, or 6 foot 165 versus the 6 foot 180 pound senior Nico Arboy.
Nico Arboy is a beast.
Another give to Walsh, and he's got it. Touchdown Lancers, his 5th touchdown in the last 6 quarters.
And he is starting just where he left off, having a big game already. Has so many rushing yards out there, but let's just add one more touchdown to the stats. And I don't think that's going to be his only one for the day. Number 22, Mason Walsh, came out the gates with a big touchdown that was called back, but he responds and he gets that touchdown back. And he gets it back on the scoreboard to send it 27-0, a big donut, and it's about to be 28-0 from Pursuit.
Tyler Pursoon with the PAT, number 20, Trey Nastasio with the almost with the block. That is touchdown number 10 for Mason Walsh on the year. 9 rushing, 1 receiving. 4 of those touchdowns coming last week. That's touchdown number 5, and an injury for the Lancers. We see near the snap, you do not want to see this. Bree and Coach Mack head over. I cannot quite see who it is. We'll make sure to give you an update as soon as we can. Very quiet here at Bob McAllister Field at Swede Crickmar Stadium. 2 legendary coaches in Carlsbad history. And like you said, maybe we'll see Marcus McNeil out there soon, because it's things like this, caring for his players, injured and healthy, wanting them to get better. And that is left guard Will Barton, the senior, coming out of the game. And the question is, who do they sub in at left guard? I believe it's going to be Jake Johnston there at the left guard position that we see for the remainder of the night. He's been getting a lot of attention lately. He was a starter at the
Make some noise, guys. Give it up.
He was a starter at the beginning of the year. Sadly overtook by Will Barton on the depth chart, but now Will Barton heading over to the medical bench. Not so much of a medical tent that we have here at Carlsbad, but we do have a very nice ice bath that maybe Will Barton can get into. Danny Valencia out for the kickoff. Touchback number 5 in order, I think so. Or touchback number 4. It will not be. Number 1, Kalani Pickett on the return, will field it from his own 1. He finds a crease. He's in open space. Missed tackles galore. And he's finally tripped up by Danny Valencia.
Danny Valencia with the kick and the tackle. And it brings out Lancers defense for another stop incoming. But it all starts with the man up front, Jude McClellan. I would like to see maybe a couple tackle for losses on this drive as he comes out into the field at the bottom of your screen, galloping out there.
Out of the gun. Sort of an ace look. Penalty markers fly. I believe maybe a false start on the Pirates. It'll be a 5-yard penalty and a 1st down and 15 for the Pirates instead, as they'll actually set up shop at their own 24. One of our live stream producers, Michael Basista, nicknamed Mikey, is grooving out to the music that he has got. Or rather, jamming out to the music loud crowd has. Shout out to Mikey Basista. It's his birthday tonight. Sacrificing his birthday dinner to be with us tonight.
Now that was a boom from Luke Farrelly. I could hear that smack all the way up here. Moves the chains though for the Pirate. Brings up a 2nd and 7.
Out of the gun, Thompson will hit his man on the out. He's trying to shake the defender. He will pick up the first down, but he will not collect the defense's ankles. That's Logan Schaefer in the area. It's Demarie Vivian with the reception on the speed out. And with 8:04 to go, scores 28-0 in favor of the Lancers. And out of the gun is Thompson, out of the Dubs, running the hurry-up formation. It's a snap. They've abandoned the run here, and he'll hit his man on the out, shoved out of bounds by Ben Harris. It's going to be caught by Kalani Pickett, and it'll be a Pirates first down. They're driving here. They're collecting momentum. Still not collecting ankles, however.
True that, Cash. No shake and bakes just yet. But a great grab there from Kalani Pickett.
Back out of the gun, and that's a sack. I believe Cassius Murphy got there. It is Cassius Murphy and Jacob Sisson colliding there for the sack, and it'll be 2nd down and 14 now for the Oceanside Pirates at the Lancers 47. The first time they've stepped foot into Carlsbad territory.
Cassius Murphy is a man of the trenches, and he knows how to get it done. As all that momentum goes from the Pirates, it all of a sudden shifts to the Lancers defense as the tip ball from Luke Farrelly getting into the backfield.
Pass intended for Joseph Garcia, the senior linebacker and running back. On the screen pass, it'll be 3rd and 14. Like you said, the deflection by Luke Farrelly, getting those hops to bat that one down. Kind of contrary to what Coach Guttridge, the linebackers coach, says or teaches his linebackers. He tells them, do not jump for the ball, go for the sack. And it's incomplete, or no, it is complete. Hitting number 6, Isaac Hernandez, overthrowing Demarie Vivian. He got hit in the back by Ben Harris. And I was sure that was gonna be incomplete and called for a PI. No, the pass was intended for Hernandez all along. Sticking with the hurry up are the Pirates. Out of the gun is Thompson. Dub set. Thompson will fire it. He's got Vivian, and he'll be brought down by Logan Schaefer. It's a completion for 6 and a first down inside the Lancers 30 at the Lancers 29. Still out of the gun. Thompson. And it'll be a timeout for the Lancers. That's the 2nd of the night as we start to get sprinkled on here in our makeshift booth. If you're wondering how we're getting rained on in a booth, it's an open booth. You know what, I'm not even gonna bother calling it a booth anymore. It's a platform surrounded by fences and stairs.
You know, shout out to the fence next to me. I feel like it really just calms me down when I can lean on it and get all my thoughts well-rounded. But now I can actually feel the rain a little, as you can see barely on the screen. The sprinkles are coming down. And like I said, Hercules is running the offense and defense, but he chooses to send down some elements for us to work around, Cash.
Rain weather is second only to snow games, in my humble opinion.
Yeah, true. Snow games really just take first, and it will never be replaced. Imagine playing in the snow, getting a hit, just burying the guy, doing maybe a snow angel.
Out of the gun is Thompson. He'll fire it left side. Justin Johnson in coverage. It's incomplete, overthrown by about 5 or 6 yards. That's number 22, Vivian. Or no, that's number 25, Jason Huffman, the junior corner and wide receiver on the intended pass. Sticking with the hurry up, or somewhat of a hurry up. 2nd down and 10 now for the Pirates.
Great coverage there from Justin Johnson to force 2nd and 10 for the Pirates. Nowhere close and nowhere needed for Thompson to throw that ball. Could easily be picked off.
Zane Thompson, incomplete. Looking for his man on the screen, is incomplete.
Thomas McCormick, the hard body laying the hit there. I mean, that dude didn't even know where the ball was. All he could see was number 5 on the black jersey. Thomas McCormick coming in to lay the stick.
3rd down and 10 now for the Lancers. The loud crowd gets loud as they'll throw pink ribbons into the air. 3rd and 10, Thompson from the gun. Stepping up in the pocket, chased by Jude McClellan. He's got a wide open Vivian who's got a 1st down. He's got the edge and out of bounds at the 3-yard line.
Now let's talk about the Padres game. End of the 5th, sending it in to the 2nd half of the game. The 6th inning, 2-1, Padres are ahead. But the Dodgers are gonna come out in the top of the 6th swinging.
Thompson heaving a fade ball is caught.
What a play there from Kalani Pickett. I have to give him props. An underthrown ball there from Thompson, but a great maneuver to get to the ball. Justin Johnson, we haven't seen that much of him getting scored on this year. I wouldn't even say at all this year, so that is a first. But I do not think that it will be a familiar thing on the defense. Great play there, though, from Kalani Pickett as he stays out there to hold for the kick. And it is not going to be a goose egg, sadly. But, you know, always got to feel bad for a team like this.
Isaac Hernandez, kick is up and kick is good. 28-7 is now our score with 5:55 to go in the 1st half as the Lancers will prepare to start their 5th drive of the night. Will the Lancers be 5 for 5 on drives, Roy?
I think they will, Cash. They'll be 5 for 5. And if anything, I'm not saying they will get stopped, but if they do, I would trust Tyler Pursoon to kick a 60-yarder, 50-yarder any day of the week. But I know the offense is going to set up a good drive, move the chains, and in the end, leave the drive with 6.
And Oceanside huddling up for their kickoff, trying to make sure assignments are clear, maybe going for the onside. And from what I saw in the JV game, 3 onside kick attempts for Oceanside. None of them were completed.
Okay, Cash, something to add. I was checking out the warm-ups for Oceanside, and I did see their kicker out there practicing the onside kick squibs, and I wouldn't be surprised if we see one here, as we got 6 men on the left, 4 on the right, and the man in the back, Hernandez, to kick. Squib kick definitely is a possibility.
Hernandez will be a line bouncer. It's going to be returned by Nico Arboy, slowing down for his men to recover and get ahead of him. And he'll be brought down at the 32-yard or the 37-yard line of Carlsbad as the Lancers will set up shop. Only their 2nd drive starting in their own territory with 5:48 to go. I definitely expect to see another good drive.
As I'm singing Soulja Boy from the loud crowd as it echoes over here. A classic.
Zayn will motion Arboyd. It's another jet sweep. And he's far in the backfield, 10 yards back. He's only going to move backwards. And he's found a crease, stiff arm, and he's got 7. He's got about 8 yards on that run.
I mean, Nico Arboy is a magician. I mean, with the black unis, that man was casting some black magic out there, getting up the field with some ankles, some shift and bakes. I mean, what a run there from Nico to start about 10 yards in our own backfield to get in an 8-yard gain. What
play
fight.
action to Walsh. It's back to Nico Arboyd out in the bubble, and he's got the 1st down and 5 yards. And it's a 1st and 10 now for the Lancers at midfield, or at the Pirates 49.
I mean, Nico Arboy is a dangerous man, Cash. Though If he was coming at me, you know I'm coming down with a tackle. I hope you see this, Nico.
I think Nico and Wyatt are gonna not be happy too happy with that. Back to Nico Arboyd in the bubble. He's got 3 more yards, tackled by number 9, Joseph Matthews, the senior safety. We've just called his name a couple times tonight. 4:30 to go now in the first half. 28-7 our score in favor of the Lancers, and they're driving here, ladies and gentlemen.
They are driving, Cash, and a lot of the drive has been worked around Nico Arboyd. From the screens to the shifty moves, getting up the field. I wouldn't be surprised if we see him a lot for the rest of this drive.
Play action of Mason Walsh heaving this one deep. Wide open is Justin Johnson, and that's a touchdown.
Justin Johnson with the touchdown. The defender nowhere to be found. Looked like it was practice. I mean, there was nobody even there to force to reckon with. I mean, what a play by Justin Johnson. A touchdown and a well-completed drive. I mean, Sayin loves those deep balls to him every single day. I mean, what a throw there from Sayin to Justin Johnson. A well-completed drive, like I said, and another 6 points goes on the board, and another touchdown goes in the stats for Justin Johnson.
Tyler pursuing an opportunity to be 5 for 5 tonight on PATs. Valencia to hold. It's blocked! Trey Nastasio with the block. He's been coming off the edge like a missile, and he finally gets home with that one. His first block of the night. The score remained 34-7. Tyler Pursuit now 4 for 5, and you can't even really blame anyone. You can't blame the holder, the kicker, or the holder. That's just an athletic play from the cornerback.
I mean, I saw that coming. That kid has gotten in the backfield so many times today on every single PAT. He was bound to get one. Good for him. And now we got a kicking change back there. Tyler Pursoon back to kick with the 10-yard windup. About to get this one underway to put our defense back out on the field. 4 minutes and 2 seconds in the second quarter, and the boot is up. And the boot falls right in to the Pirates' hands as he kicks it outside. But a multitude of Lancers swarm and sending him to the ground to set up shop for defense on the 20-yard line for the oppositions, the Pirates.
The main man I saw there was linebacker Peter Livingston, otherwise known as Petey. Little brother Timmy Livingston plays offensive and defensive line for the JV team, and gosh, I hated having to blitz against him when I played linebacker. Never. Except when I was put in at linebacker in blitz row as a freshman. I hated having to go up against him. His other little brother, Ben Livingston, plays quarterback for the 14U national team. They'll be playing at Ramona tomorrow night. Thompson, pump fake, rolling out right. Pressure from the Lancers, and it's incomplete. Damon Ivey hunting for heads, and you best believe that Aiden Goodwin is gonna field that one.
I mean, listen to those 3 names coming at you, ready? You got Thomas McCormick forcing the under pressure throw in the backfield, number 5. Then you got Luke Farrelly and Damon Ivey, number 7 and 20, just crashing to the ball and letting the man know not to get back up when he has the ball.
Number 53, Jake Johnston, the junior offensive lineman, has subbed in at left guard for Will Barton. That one, a complete pass to Vivian, and he's going to be brought down by Logan Schaefer and Thomas Wyrick. And this one will be a 3rd down now with 3.5 minutes to go in the first half. 3rd down and 1 or 2 for the Pirates. Thompson out of the dubs. He'll set up, trying to roll out left, and he's sacked. No, he'll throw it. Patrick Mahomes' magic attempted will not come to fruition. Luke Farrelly and Cassius Murphy there combining for the attempted sack. It'll be 4th down and 1 or 2 now for the Pirates.
Looks like the offense is going to stay out there I mean, I feel the odds are better, I feel, to get this first down than to set a good punt up for the Lancers offense. I mean, you got nothing to lose. 34-7 Lancers. Might as well try to make some magic happen while you can.
If I am
clock is ticking down with 3 minutes left.
If I am correct, Oceanside was demoted to Division II after a 4-7 season last year. That one may have been a false start. That will be called offsides on the Lancers.
Daniel Herrera with the celly there, jumped up in the squat and pointed, hyped up for the offsides there in the encroachment zone on the defense, moving the chains for the Pirates, and that is a first down.
First down and 10 off of the penalty now for the Pirates. 3:14 to go. Scores 35-7 or 34-7. That one to Pickett on the pivot route. Tackle made by Dakota Perkins back in the game.
Dakota, were your eyes on your guy?
For Justin Johnson. Dakota getting ridiculed by defensive coordinator Coach Publico. Out of the gun is Thompson. He'll snap it, dropping back, looking to throw. Fire it over the middle is Pickett, and you could hear that hit from a mile away. That's Ben Harris with the hit.
I mean, Kalani Pickett is a favorite tonight, and it looks like Jacob Sisson is down in the backfield. Let's hope nothing serious. Number 6, our star linebacker.
Seems to be grasping that left arm, that left shoulder area.
What a hit, though, by Ben Harris to compliment there. And, I mean, we've been seeing pressure all day from the man, number 51, Cassius Murphy. I mean, he's making Thompson pay for staying in the pocket that long. I mean, they quite literally have to double team him every play to even have a chance of having an open pocket for Thompson.
Jacob Sisson will get up, arm in a sort of 90-degree position, reaching for those ribs, but if I'm an expert in broken collarbones, he's not reaching for those ribs. He's trying to stabilize that collarbone, and I sure do hope that senior Jacob Sisson is not out with a broken collarbone. That would certainly put an end to his season, especially hurts in a game where he scores his first touchdown of the season. Definitely not good. Out of the gun is Thompson, trips left, set, and he'll look to fire. It's intercepted. Thomas McCormick with the pick, breaking a tackle down the right side. He's got an honor rush, breaking another tackle, reversing field, and he's down at the 29.
Thomas McCormick, another interception 2 weeks in a row as he is amped up, setting up the offense. Another great defensive stop by the Lancers, and it all starts with the secondary mained around the man. Thomas McCormick stepping up as Jacob Sisson goes out. He steps up and makes a play for the Lancers.
First and 10 Lancers on the 29-yard line.
Lancers will now set up shop at the Pirates' 29, the best field position they've started in all night. Sayin out in the wide left. Will snap it. It's another give to Walsh. Penalty markers fly, and they're going to call a false start on the Lancers. That might be on offensive guard addition Jake Johnston coming in for the injured Will Barton.
That brings up a first and 15 for the Lancers. But I got so much faith in the offense out there to make something happen. Every drive, every time we've gone out, put points on the board, and done it in a nice, calm way. I mean, it starts just with a nice run to Mason Walsh or a deep ball to Justin Johnson.
Sayin back into the wide, heaving this one deep. Marshall's got it! Touchdown, Lancers!
And that is his third of the day. Looks like Mason Walsh out there, but we've had two guys had some big games, and tonight it is Zach Marshall having a big game. I said it from the start. He is a nominee and probably a favorite for the Can-Do Player of the Week tonight. I mean, what a game. The receptions have been up, and the TDs are following with it. What a ball from Sayin to Zach Marshall. The connection has been there throughout the whole year. As they dap each other up on the sideline, Pursoon back to kick again.
Pursoon, kick is up. This one is not blocked. Score now 41-7 in the Lancers' favor with 2:24 to go. Lancers do still have one timeout and another chance to put more points on the board. Touchdown pass number 5 for Julian Sayin on the night.
5 is right, Cash. A kid named Jonathan, shout out to you if you ever watch this, came up to me at the start of the game and said, how many touchdown passes you think Sayin's going to throw? And I just threw it out there and I said 5. And he is coming true with that. What a game so far from him. The offense and especially the defense to make these things happen. Zach Marshall, as he throws up a wave to his mom in the stands, has 3 touchdowns on the day and is balling out tonight against Oceanside. Nobody can stop the offense, the defense, and the special teams as we have another changing kick. Danny Valencia back to kick.
This one will sail into the end zone. That's touchback number 4 for Danny Valencia on the night. And whistles are blowing. Seems to be a penalty marker on the field. I'm searching for one. I cannot find one. It's a penalty on the Pirates. Seems to have been a holding penalty, and this one will be spotted half the distance to the goal at the 10-yard line for Oceanside, as this will be their worst field position all night to start off. Dakota Perkins still out there at corner. And as much as I don't want to say it, Roy, I hope you are wrong about Julian Sayin's touchdown mark, because the NFL record is 7. Let's hope he gets 8 tonight.
Cash, I wouldn't be surprised if we have 8. The only thing is holding us back is just having some good sportsmanship. I mean, like, we're already up 34 to the Pirates. There's no reason we should be sending it up by 50, but you never know.
Oh, there is a reason. We're playing against Oceanside, and Coach Mack has preached it. Everybody hates playing against Oceanside because they're our rivals across the 78. It's a toss to Pickett on the screen pass, and he'll be dropped by Harry Koenig. And just over 2 minutes to go. It'll be second down and probably 1 or 2 for the Patriots.
Clock is ticking down, and this second quarter, Cash, has felt pretty long, if I don't say.
And they're going to call the penalty marker on Justice Woods. I believe he was in coverage. The pass intended for Kalani Pickett was incomplete. They're going to call a penalty on Justice Woods for defensive pass interference. Now, I'm going to get a little controversial. I do not believe that was pass interference, because you could obviously see whether or not he was in Pickett's way was he went and swiped behind his back in an effort to play on the ball. I do consider that playing on the ball.
Talking about controversial plays, what's your thoughts on the roughing the passer calls, the controversy that has been going on in the NFL lately?
The NFL is a cupcake league. Out of the gun, trips left is Thompson under pressure. They're going to call block in the back.
Cash, I actually do not think that is going to be a block in the back. You saw Cassius Murphy getting held there, and I think they will be throwing the flag on number 60 for the Pirates. No 60 on the roster.
I believe it might have been number 58, David Portisano.
And yes, it does look like the offense is a little frustrated, and it is a hold on Cassius Murphy. I mean, that is the only way you can sustain a guy like him. Get a double team the whole game, and when you send it to a one-on-one, might as well just hope you got a hold and not get called, because I've seen it a lot today. I've been watching him move up the field, and a lot of holds have not been called for Cassius Murphy, but he works around it. He makes plays happen, and nothing can hold down that guy.
First down and 28 for the Pirates after that costly holding call with 1:20 to go. Thompson will look to pass under pressure, hit by Luke Ferrelli into the dirt. It's incomplete with 1:16 to go. Second down and 28 now.
Talking about roughing the passer, that was not a roughing the passer, but in the NFL, 100% they would have called that. Luke Ferrelli with the deck to the ground. But my thought on this topic, Cash, is if I'm a ref, I just want to see the D lineman set down a pillow, put a nice blanket over the QB, and put him to night, and then get up. I feel like that would be a respective way of not pushing to the ground.
Thompson heaving this one deep for Pickett. Comes down with it.
Kalani Pickett having a day. As the rain comes down, the chains move for the Pirates. What a play there from Kalani Pickett. He's been having all day, the whole entire game. And now it is really coming down. The drizzle is turning into drops. And it looks like the defense is staying out there.
The rain now pouring down here in Carlsbad. Trying to step up is Thompson, and he'll be brought down, hawk rolled by Thomas McCormick with 40 seconds to go.
I mean, Cash, I know we got a lot of equipment here, but I love it. The rain, the elements, we haven't seen this much all year. And I feel like the players out on the field love it. And I love it just as much, Cash. This is epic. And it looks like there will be a timeout on the field.
I'm going to be honest, the rain does, like the little drizzle gives me a little bit of PTSD from the El Camino game. I broke my collarbone in. It was pouring down rain or the majority of that day, poured down rain that morning or that night, and it poured down rain before we even got to play. Luckily it lightened up. The field was slippery, the football was slippery, and we were told that if the ball was too much to or the wetness on the ball was too much to handle, that we were told to give it to the ref, wipe it down, and then snap the play. And who knows that the second to last play of the game would be
Zach Marshall, though, hyped out there, hitting the Dougie as we are up 41-7. I am very happy with the outcome of this game. And Cash, we're not even into halftime yet, and I love the energy our offense and defense has displayed so far with the butterfingers from the Pirates again. I mean, some pretty good, well-placed balls from Thompson, but it looks like the receivers cannot come down with it, and I am targeting that at number 21, Aiden Goodwin. We saw it from the start of the game. I mean, Vaseline on his hands, butterfingers, no shame to him, but that man needs some grit boost. Shout out to Destroy.
Out of the gun, Dubs formation, setting it deep for Pickett. Incomplete, sailing out of bounds, no penalty marker here.
As clock is ticking down, 28 seconds left. We heard on the parabolic there, some kids on the field and on the offensive side especially said, we can't hear, we can't see, coach. That might just show how loud the loud crowd is. And if you got a visor on, might as well take that John off at halftime.
I believe it was Dakota Perkins crying that he could not see because we see him bent over his helmet.
And it looks like he does have a towel in there cleaning it off.
And they'll set up for the punting unit with, hard to see,
28 seconds left, and I'm going to say this right now, Cash, that is too much time on the clock. I mean, when you got a quarterback like Julian saying he could throw in any type of elements, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a big heave downfield as Camden Keller decides to pick it up and move the chains up the field for the Lancers. But now it brings out the offense with 16 seconds left. You never know. Coach Mack just might want to send this into halftime, but you do got a quarterback that can make something happen, that can make a play sprout out of the ground and put points on the board. And if anything, it's going to the man number 4, the deep ball threat all year long, Justin Johnson.
I'm going to give you 2 options that you can bet on, Roy. It's either going to be a give to Walsh. We're going to send it into halftime. Maybe if he gets like 10 to 20 yards, the Lancers will call a timeout.
And
Actually,
it looks
never mind.
like
They're going to kneel it.
kneel it. How about a fake kneel? Just kidding. And now as clock is ticking down into halftime, almost triple zeros. The rain is falling down, but the Lancers are only going up. What a first half from the Lancers as we hear the loud crowd. It's Seabad time, it's Seabad time.
What?
It is Seabad time, and that is why we were up 41-7. I mean, we could, if we wanted to get on ESPN, put 100 on them, Cash. But, you know, we want to make sure they don't have nightmares after this game. I don't want the Pirates to go home and have a hard time sleeping,
by the
Cash.
Carlsbad Varsity cheer team.
Final score the score at the end of the first half, 41-7. Lancers are in the lead, and they will return the kickoff at the start of the second half. For now, we'll see you in a few moments with the GoPro halftime show. Before we go, we'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. We could not produce this live broadcast without their generous support of CHS TV Sports live stream telecasts.
Special thanks to our title sponsor this evening, GoPro, the world's most versatile camera. Additional thanks goes to Guttridge Realty Group, North Coast Oral Surgery, Assured Equity Solutions, Sober Surgeries, The Pretty Pedal, Hamilton Properties, Carlsbad Water Polo, and That Pizza Place.
All of our sponsors are featured on CHS TV's website at chstv.com, where you'll find links to their respective websites. Once again, thank you for supporting our broadcast. We'll be back in a moment with the GoPro halftime show.
Now let's welcome to the field the Nashville Lancer Dancers.
I'll come back and check on you when halftime's over, because I'm going to head back on. No. Keep it up. You're going to live in the front. Just stay here.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, to Bob McAllister Field at Swede Crickmar Stadium. Scores 41-7 in favor of our very own Carlsbad Lancers. They're taking on the division rival Oceanside Pirates, one of our oldest rivals. Coach Mack always loved playing against them just so then he could beat up on them every year. We're moments away from kickoff, but before that, we would like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. We could not produce this live broadcast without their generous support of CHS TV's sports live stream telecast. Special thanks to our title sponsor this evening,
GoPro.
the world's most versatile camera. Additional thanks goes to Guttridge Realty Group, North Coast Oral Surgery, Assured Equity Solutions, Sober Surgeries, The Pretty Pedal, Hamilton Properties, Carlsbad Water Polo, and That Pizza Place. All of our sponsors are featured on CHS TV's website at chstv.com, where you'll find links to their respective websites. Once again, thank you for supporting our broadcast. Before we'll resume in just a moment, the players are heading out, but first we have our GoPro commercial. Let's roll it.
I'll start off after.
Yep.
It is a great night for some football, and as you can see, unlike Cash, I am bundled up because we have had some rain tonight, but it has been a very exciting first half for the Lancers. Unlike the Pirates, we have been putting up points all day long, and I'm pretty sure we're flawless on our drives putting up points. But let's just go through. What was your favorite touchdown of the day? We've had 3 from Zach Marshall. We've had 1 from Mason Walsh. We've had 1 from Justin Johnson. What's your favorite?
It's got to be the bomber to Justin Johnson, in my opinion. Just hitting the play action, trying to fake him with the inside block, or the fake inside block with Zach Marshall. The quick play action, just doing a 360 no scope with the football to Justin Johnson. They weren't ready for it. We saw it in the JV game. Play action to Jake Morrison, heave it to a wide open Jack Siegel. The defender needed Dora's map to find him.
My probably favorite touchdown was Zachary Marshall, a.k.a. ZZ. His second touchdown, the back right corner of the end zone facing the scoreboard. Under pressure, Julian Sayin got hit and still dropped a dart all the way to the breadbasket for 6. And that kick was blocked by Tyler Pursoon, but it does not matter because it's 41-7. Lancers, and the loud crowd, despite the rain, is still getting hype for the pink out game. ASB has been great this whole year. Loud crowd has been great. ASB and CHS TV have been immaculate. Cash, what are you going to see from this second half from the Lancers?
Well, I'm going to see ASB being built different. I'm going to see us being built different. I'm going to see the Lancer football players built different. And I'm just going to see these Pirates built normal. I'm just going to be honest.
That's true. As the Lancers take the field, we're coming up almost into the third quarter, but I feel like we're going to keep our foot onto the pedal. My bad. I was going to say break, but we're going to keep it on the pedal. We're going to keep on scoring touchdowns. I think we're going to go out there and, you know, I don't even know if there's a mercy rule in varsity football, but we might make a new rule for varsity.
I do know that the mercy rule in Pop Warner, if it has any similarity and tie-ins to high school football, which I know it very much has except for the extra point system. A kick is 2 points and a 2-point conversion is 1 point. Very confusing. It was for me the first time I did scoreboard. But if it is correct, I believe that if a team is up by 28 points in the second half, the clock just continues to run continuously unless there is a score or the referees call for it, like in a penalty. So that's how I think the clock will stop. Otherwise, I think the clock will continue to run, especially if the Carlsbad keep posting up points. They will be getting the kickoff to start the second half, 2.5 minutes before kickoff here. We see the teams warming up. Well, you guys don't. You're staring at our beautiful faces.
Hey, Cash, I got a couple questions, okay? So I'm going to list through some questions, and I'm going to tell you what to say. Or not what to say, but I'm going to give you a question, answer, right? Is there going to be a Zach Marshall second half touchdown?
I think Zach Marshall is going to be a little bit limited into the second half. I think they're going to bring in the backups a little bit more. I think we've seen enough of Jacob Sisson for the night. I think we're going to see a little bit of Alex Airy, a little bit of Johnny Stewart out there, the two juniors.
And that is very true. I feel like the starters are going to be limited after the third quarter or even during the third quarter. So how many touchdowns are you going to think Julian Sayin is going to pass for or even run in the second half?
I think he's got one more touchdown in him on this first drive. Other than that, I think it's going to be one more starting or a touchdown by a starter, and then they're going to start incorporating more of these backups. These offensive drives are going to stall a little bit more, and the defense is going to give up a couple more points, maybe one more touchdown. But while we're here, while we're on camera, we would like to take a moment to thank Landon Miller, sophomore producer. He's producing the graphics that you've been seeing on your screen all night. He's been sitting on his couch with the flu. Who knew you could be so productive as a couch potato, Roy? Nah, just kidding. Landon, all the love to you, man. You've been a big help for CHS TV and VMS TV. We definitely appreciate you working hard, even though you've got a fever over 100 degrees, sitting on the couch. You're still putting in that work, putting those hours, and taking what's ours.
And all I'm going to say, Cash, all I'm going to say is to the people at home, you know, I've always said it, maybe even outside of the gate, as the rain falls down, it's going to be an exciting second half. Despite us being up by 34, you said it, Coach Mack does not like Oceanside, and he likes to keep the foot on the pedal, keep on ramming up the speed, and I feel like we are going to see the defense come out, backups or not. Well, I think we're going to be flying to the ball. We have some aggression today going out there. I feel like we got some elements that are unusual for Carlsbad, but I feel like we're going to make the most of it. We're going to go out, have a day, have a second half. We already showed what we can prove in the first half, so might as well just go out in the second half and show what we got.
Carlsbad and Oceanside have not seen similar weather to this, especially this late at night. Since the El Camino game the Lancers played about week 4, I believe. I mentioned earlier that I have PTSD from that game. Just rewind it. But 12 minutes has been placed on the clock. Second half of regulation is about to be underway as the kickoff team for Oceanside gears up.
Carlsbad Lancers back to receive. And I feel like we're going to have a great start out the gates. Second time Oceanside has been kicking off from the touchdown from Kalani Pickett. He's also been having a day. Shout out to him on Oceanside. Thompson's been actually throwing some good balls, but I do not think anyone can come down with it from the start.
Another man that's been getting a lot of passes is Demarie Vivian, the junior wide receiver. Kick is up and away from Isaac Hendricks, number 6, the senior wide receiver, linebacker, and kicker, returned by Camden Keller. He'll take this up a seam. He's got a seam, and he'll take it down to the 36, 37-yard line, tackled by number 31. It's not Thomas Wyrick, it's the senior Timothy Wells.
Now the offense comes out there again, as we can see, number 14, Javen Sandu out there, my man. And we got a nice wide receiver core out there. We got Justin Johnson, we got Nico Arbor, and we got the GOAT, greatest of all time, to do it, Javen Sandu. Shout out to Ava as well.
We've also got Ben Redfield. No, I'm not surprised. Ben Redfield, an excellent fullback. Play action to Walsh. He'll hit Nico Arboy wide in the bubble. It's caught, and he'll stiff arm number 7, Carter Petterini, the junior safety.
Nico Arboy has had so much success from those screens out to the side. I mean, he knows how to cut up a gap, and he knows how to move the chains for the Lancers. He's a very reliable player out there, being the senior, the veteran for the offense, having a day. But I wouldn't be surprised if we see more from him. As we see in the bottom of our screen, Nico Arboy, and right to the left of him, Javen Sandu, as it's a give to Harry Koenig.
Harry Koenig driving like he's Mason Walsh, driving like he's
Derrick Henry.
I was going to try and compare him to a NASCAR driver, but NASCAR is about as entertaining as watching paint dry. First down and 10 now for the Lancers. A big run for Harry Koenig, the lead block by Ben Redfield, as they're already in Oceanside territory with 2 backups out there, and Javen Sandu. They've actually got Baden Kosick out there at tight end. They've got number 79, Ryan Shelley at left tackle, Alex Airy at tight end. This one, a give to Dreyer. He's gotten a lot of reps over the last 2 weeks. He's going to try and stiff arm the man, and he does. He's got a couple yards. He'll get dropped. It's a 6 or 7 yard carry for Josh Dreyer.
Josh Dreyer there with the gain. I mean, our running back core is looking pretty solid. We got the man pounding the rock from the start, Mason Walsh. Then we rotate in to Harry Koenig. Then we got Josh Dreyer. I mean, good rotations there from Coach Mack. And I mean, when we got guys that can roll the rock up the field and move the chains, might as well give him a chance.
I think we've seen enough of Nico Arboy for tonight. This one, another give to Josh Dreyer. He's going to cut this one. It's a tackle for loss. He's going to be posted up for a loss of 3. Staying on my topic, they're going to send out Kyle Hendrickson out there. Ben Redfield and Harry Koenig also subbing in. It was Kieran Sandu that I was trying to speak of, subbing in for Nico Arboy, as they'll sub out Baden Kosick and Alex Airy. It is now 3rd down and 5 for the Lancers with 9:40 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Kyle Hendrickson to the right of Julian Sane. It's the senior running back. Is this one a give to Kyle, and he'll get dropped in the backfield, number 45. We do not have number 45 on the roster.
And now it brings out the punt unit for the Lancers. Danny Valencia hasn't got to shine at all today for punting, but we know that man got a boot and a cannon to be reckoned with, and I wouldn't be surprised if we have this one trickling up and maybe even pinned on the Pirates' side.
Drew Myers out there on the punt unit. He was a big inspiration for me. Whistles blow, maybe a penalty. But as I was saying, Drew Myers, number 36, he's a senior, sadly took last year off for work purposes. But now Drew Myers is back. It seems seems to have been an offsides penalty on Oceanside. Valencia with the punt nearly blocked by number 3, Jordan Beeman. It's returned by number 22, Vivian, fielded at his own 3, and he calls a fair catch. And this is now the worst field position Oceanside has started off in.
Hey, Cash, are we going to see a safety today from the Lancers? I mean, we've seen an interception from Thomas McCormick. We've seen a 3-piece of touchdowns from Zach Marshall. We've seen a fade ball to Justin Johnson for 6. We've seen a Mason Walsh touchdown. Are we going to put 2 points on the board here?
I think so, because number 99 for the Lancers, Anthony Rosie Rosales, 5'10", 230, junior offensive and defensive lineman. He's out there. Jude McClellan will remain, as they'll also bring out Johnny Stewart and Colton Thomas onto that D-line. Motioning Wolf over. It's a give to the running back, Garcia. First time we've called his name tonight since the first quarter. He'll drive for a couple yards. And like we said earlier, Coach Mack does love his sportsmanship, already subbing kids in and out with this big lead. And we already see early into the second half.
Now brings up a Pirates second down, approaching on their own 6. If you're tuning in a little late, we started up in the second half. Lancers came out with a stop, and what a tackle there.
Logan Schaefer read it like a book. He knew it was a speed out. Evan Wolf caught it, turned, and there he was. David versus Goliath. This one goes to Goliath. And it'll be 3rd down and 9 for the Pirates. We got Sweet Caroline in the stands.
Johnny! Dude! Hey, if you guys want to do a twist or a cross, you can.
The loud crowd voted best in the nation for many years for a reason. 7.5 minutes to go. They'll motion Vivian. Thompson on 3rd and 9. Play action to Garcia. He'll get this one to his wideout on the right. That's Pickett. He's got about 5 yards. Tackle made by corner Justice Woods. And that'll be a 4th down and about 5 as they'll send out the punting unit.
Cash, do you think there's any relation there from Kalani Pickett to George Pickett, the menace himself, NFL young boy, number 14 on the Steelers? I mean, they have similar play styles. They're aggressive, they get off the ball, and they're acrobatic.
I hate to spoil your mood, Roy, but it's George Pickett, not George Pickett. If you're thinking of Kenny Pickett, you are very mistaken.
Cash, I think you actually caught me in 60K. I think it is Kenny Pickett I'm talking about.
Isaac Hernandez deep to punt. Kick is up and kick is away, and this one's a high kick. Camden Keller feeling it right in his chest, taking it to the left. He's got space, and he will shake loose, and he will get dropped. Number 50. We do not have number 50 on the roster.
And now it sets up the Lancers, and I think the best position they could have, as it looks like San is gonna stay out on the field, setting up shop on the Pirates 28. Harry Koenig out there, Javen Sandu out there.
Kieran Sandu, Ben Redfield, and Baden Kosick also out there. I believe they got Jace Prasad back there at left guard. Under center is saying Harry Koenig will shake free of a tackle, shake free of a couple more, and he will be brought down by Oceanside's number 33, Devin Corpus, the senior running back and linebacker, 5'10", 180 pounds. Good enough to bring down the 5'10", 170-pound junior. Second down and 5 now for the Lancers.
We got the Sandus brother out there.
Another give to Harry Koenig, getting a free space, shaking loose. Can he get there? No, he'll be dropped short of the end zone. Josh Dreyer might be subbed in. No, he'll rush back out to the sideline. It looks like
Harry Koenig sent in a little message that he wanted to be in here as he points his hands down, that he's staying in. As Josh Dreyer goes onto the field, comes right back off, and I think the odds might be very, very high here, but I think it's going to Harry Koenig for 6.
In the JV game, Jake Morrison had a 70-yard carry, was chased down by an Oceanside defender, and the touchdown was given on a fullback dive to Kean Riddle. This one a give to Harry Koenig. He won't let Josh Dreyer steal it from him. He'll be stuffed at the line, and a second down and goal now for the Lancers. Maybe now they send out Josh Dreyer. He'll remain on the sideline as they'll send Julian back out. Maybe trying to get Harry Koenig his first touchdown of the year. Both him and Mason Walsh Juniors, along with Thomas McCormick and Josh Dreyer, rounding out that class of 24 running back room. All trying to get a piece of that cake. This one a toss to Koenig out to the left side. Find a crease. Touchdown, Lancers. Harry Koenig with the 1-yard rushing touchdown. That's his first of the year, and the Lancers extend their lead to 47-7.
He did not just get a piece of that cake, Cash. He got a piece of that cake, and he blew out the candles, and he made a wish. And that wish is that first touchdown of the year. Harry Koenig adds one to the board.
Tyler Pursoon out there for his 7th field goal attempt of the night, currently 5 for 6. Can he make it 6 for 7? Pursoon, snap, hold, kick is up, kick is good. And number 20, Trey Nastasio, almost in there for his 2nd PAT block. We got Seabad time out there in the loud crowd. 4:24 to go, score 48-7. 2 points away from the glorious 50 burger posted on these Oceanside Pirates. Is a comeback in order, Roy?
No, Cash, there's no comeback even being made here. I mean, they're called the Pirates, but if anything, we're going over to their ship and we're stealing the gold. But they never even had gold in the first place, Cash. We came out the gates and we showed them what's up. I mean, they had no treasure whatsoever. We made the treasure. We discovered the treasure, and now we're going to establish it and bury it.
4:24 on the clock. 48-7 is our score. 3 timeouts for both teams. Danny Valencia after the 1-yard rushing touchdown for Harry Koenig. Kick is up, kick is away. It's a line drive, and it'll be another touchback for Danny Valencia, number 620 on the year.
Danny Valencia, the big boot. He got that torpedo, that missile hammed up right into that kick, and then he just lets it go. Now the defense comes out for the Pirates, 1st and 10. We see Logan Schaefer out there. We see Dakota Perkins, number 2. Looks like Marcus McNeil at linebacker.
Out of the gun. Trips right, it's a toss. They've got their backup quarterback in. It's Joseph Matthews, the senior safety. This one a toss to number 32, Garcia.
Cash, this is an absolute route. An absolute route that cannot be traced back. We put in the directions while strapping up for a road trip. We said that we want to get a win. And you know what?
Heave to the left, it's number 25, Jason Huffman. With the pass intended, it's incomplete.
Cash, like I said, you know, we strapped up for the road trip today, and we put in the directions a route that would be easily reckoned with. And that was a blowout. And you know what? We made it to our destination, and we did the job, and we made it safe and sound. And while doing that, we put Oceanside and the Pirates night-night and made sure they had a safe ride while doing it.
3rd and 6 for Matthews, heaving it over the middle. It's incomplete. Threw it behind the back of Demarie Vivian. It'll be 4th down and 6 now with 3:39 to go. Still no running clock despite the Lancers up 41 points as they'll send out their punting unit as the Lancers will get another chance to put points on the board. It's going to be a slow, methodical drive filled with lots of runs and dump-off passes just to chew this clock, prioritize safety of the players, and make sure we get out of here with as big of a win as we can, because we do not want to give these Pirates a chance to score on us. As if it's going to ever happen, though.
I feel you, Cash.
Isaac Hernandez deep to punt. Kick is up and away. A line drive. Camden Keller's going to let that one sail out of bounds. It's not even going to reach midfield, Roy. Lancers are going to set up shop inside Pirates territory. Or they're going to set up shop at midfield. They're going to spot it at midfield. And the Lancers have a 1st and 10 with 3:34 to go. The rain has resumed.
And talking about the Padres game, it's been a pretty steady game after the first 3 innings, with the Padres leading 2-1 in the top of the 8th, with Will Smith up to bat for the Dodgers with a man on at first, a full count, and 1 out. But getting back to that, we got Josh Strayer with a big gain, but a penalty flag is thrown.
27-yard carry for Josh Strayer. You could see him cut it back just into wide open territory. Penalty marker thrown at the 40-yard line. This likely getting called back. It'll be 1st down and 11 now for the Lancers. Such a big setback for this Lancers offense, don't you think?
No, Cash, I do not think. A little surprised there was Sayin after multiple series in the 3rd quarter. Continues to stay out there. But like you said, Coach Mack likes to keep that foot on the pedal, ramming up the speed every drive. And he keeps his star quarterback out there as he hands it off to Josh Strayer, maneuvering through the gaps, and in the end gaining around 6 to 7 yards for the Lancers to bring up a 2nd and 3. Sayin is looking pretty comfortable out there. I mean, he got that drip on, he's dropping dimes, he's dropping bombs, and that man is having a day. That is why he's nationally ranked. How many guys can go out there in this type of element and still sling the rock for 5 touchdowns, Cash? I mean, it's unbelievable how blessed this kid is to be able to do this for a team.
Back out in the eye, it's a give to Dreyer. Does he got the first? Yes, he does. Inside the 40, near the 35. It's a 1st and 10 for the Lancers with 2:14 to go. Clock will stop. 48-7 our score. Possession in favor of the Lancers. We do apologize for the misread graphics. As I mentioned earlier, Landon Miller at home on his couch with the flu, bringing you these graphics from home, still trying to do his best to provide for the living he has created for himself. 1st and 10 now for the Lancers. They'll remain in the eye. Josh Dreyer still out there at tailback. Kieran and Javen Sandu at wide receiver. It's a give to Josh Dreyer. A missed tackle attempt by Blake Latua, the senior linebacker, 5'7", 180 pounds.
Okay,
It'll
Cash,
be a gain of 1 and a 2nd and 9.
Ticking down going into the 4th quarter. Are you expecting the clock to stay running the whole 4th quarter?
I do plan on it because as we know, it's got to be a mercy rule. You know, high schoolers can only take so much, or you know what? Everybody else in the Avocado League can only take so much abuse from the Carlsbad Lancers football team.
I mean, we've shown it the last 2 games. We've shown it today. And I wouldn't be surprised if we show it to LCC and Vista as Josh Dreyer with the big gain, having a day in the 3rd quarter. I mean, getting through them holes and moving them chains for another Lancers 1st down.
Under a minute to go now in the 3rd quarter. Clock will continue running because he did not run out of bounds. It's a 1st and 10 now for the Lancers inside the red zone thanks to the big power run by Josh Dreyer. He and Harry Koenig, Harry Koenig, looking like they're trying to fight for the starting role with Mason Walsh. Sayin out of the gun, will give this one to Dreyer. He fumbles it. Who will come down with it? Josh Dreyer, and I think that might be the end of Josh Dreyer tonight. Of course, the weather does play a big factor into it, but Coach Katz, former Mission Hills athlete, has no problem with subbing out running backs or players that end up fumbling.
No, I'm gonna stand by Josh Dreyer here. I think you jinxed it, Cash. You're talking about the starting spot and the running back, and then he goes to fumble. So I'm blaming that on you, Cash. As we to send this team to the fourth quarter. 12 minutes spotted on the clock. This fourth quarter might go by pretty fast, because I wouldn't be surprised if the Lancers only run the ball, and in the end, bring up a victory formation type of drive.
Zach Marshall might be getting subbed back in, possibly at quarterback or running back. It seems he's getting ready for.
Honestly, I actually saw Zach Marshall warming up, throwing the ball. I would not be surprised if Coach Mack sends this athlete back in to throw it.
I bet Zach Marshall loves it here in Carlsbad. He's gonna wave to the crowd. They'll send Harry Koenig back out after the touchdown drive and the fumble by Dreyer. Second down and seems to be 15 from the 23 of Oceanside. It's a give to Ben Redfield on the fullback dive. It's a carry for about 3 and a third down and 12 now for the Lancers here in the fourth quarter.
As it's coming up in crunch time actually, not crunch time, I'll call it garbage time. We were up by so much, but the thing that is in crunch time is the Padres game. I've seen some kids out here, even some adults wearing the Padres jersey, some Dodger jerseys even so. But now it brings up bottom of the 8th, starting off for the Padres.
Toss to Koenig, he's got a crease. Does not get the first down, stopped 2 yards shy, well within Tyler Pursuan's range. It would be a 32-yard field goal from this point, and it would put Carlsbad up to that 50-burger position.
As we hear the chant for Roger, the GOAT himself as CHS, the man that brings everything together, the Fedora GOAT. The man that always has the drip. Shout out to Roger. As we check out the Roger cam here. The man that you see in the fedora. What a beast, what a specimen.
Fourth down and 2 now for the Lancers out of the eye. It's a give to Harry Koenig. He'll fight for it, and he's got it. He'll continue to fight for it. It's a 5-yard carry and a first down and goal now for the Lancers. And they'll send out Bryce Boone and Jacob Perkle out to wide receiver, subbing in for the Sandoos with 9:50 to go.
I would love a touchdown for the Sandoos right here. By the way, Cash, if we see a touchdown, I'm calling this until I die. Because I want to see this. And I will be talking about this to the end of my broadcasting career.
Harry Koenig still out there at tailback, under center out of the I formation. Sayin will snap it, give to Harry Koenig on the counter, and he's got it. Harry Koenig with his second rushing touchdown of the night to put the 50-burger on these Oceanside Pirates. They'll send out Tyler Pursuan for his 8th field goal attempt of the night.
I mean, if you had Oceanside defense on fantasy high school football right now, they might have negative 35 points. This is a lot of touchdowns from the offense. Let's go through it. We got 3 touchdowns from Zach Marshall. We got 1 from Mason Walsh. We got 1 from Justin Johnson. We got 2 from Harry Koenig. Am I missing any B's? There's so many I can't even count anymore.
Kick is up and good for Tyler Pursuan. The clock will continue to run. Score 55-7 here in Carlsbad. Tyler now 29 for 32 on the year on PATs.
And they don't bite, they keep things loose, they keep things alive. Everybody was dancing in the moonlight.
minutes to go here in the fourth quarter, and still some substitutes to play as they'll send out Caden Davis, senior wideout and DB, out on the kickoff unit. Johnny Garcia, Ben Harris, Neo Barnett, Kyle Hendrickson as well. They've also got P.D. Livingston. That's the extent that I can see. I think they've also got Carter Lowe. Kick is up and away from Danny Valencia. It's another line drive and another touchback. Touchback number 21 on the year for Danny Valencia. And the running clock will continue.
First and 10 for the Pirates, Cash.
Now that they have the backups in, do you think they're going to drive on us like San Marcos did at the end of their game against us?
No, Cash. I trust every single string on this defense, and I will continue to, especially with my boy, B-Rod. Subbing into the game, number 24, Brian Rodriguez, the best linebacker in the game, sometimes compared to Ray Lewis.
It's another run to Johnny Garcia. Tackle made by Kyle Hendrickson, and Johnny Garcia also there was Johnny Stewart. You can also see Drew Myers and P.D. Livingston in there at the linebacking core along with Kyle Hendrickson. They've got Caden Dorsey McQueen, David Gooding, Johnny Garcia. They've got Camden Keller and Johnny Stewart. So Logan Schaefer remains on the field, and Jake Keller out there at safety as well. Out of the gun, Dubs tight. 2nd and 2, it's another give to Garcia. And this number 1 offense driving against this number 2 defense. First down there for Joseph Garcia on the carry.
Cash, over-under tackles on this drive for B-Rod. Brian Rodriguez, number 24, over 1. You think he will get 1?
I believe he'll definitely get 1. Question is, will he get 1.5? Well, you can't get a half. Well, yeah, you can get a half a tackle.
Okay, well, let's keep our eyes on Brian Rodriguez, B-Rod, the man himself, number 24.
5.5 minutes to go in regulation. Lancers up 55-7 out of the gun. Dubs tight. It's number 9, Matthews. He's rolling out left. He's going to hit number 5 out in the flats. Giving chase, it's Petey Livingston with the hit stick. Number 5, Gavin Bailey, the senior wideout, 5'9", 165. No match for number 32, the 6', 185-pound linebacker, running back, senior Petey Livingston.
I'm worldwide.
Petey Livingston, a specimen that cannot be compared to Gash.
Well, except for Brian Rodriguez, who's infinitely better. This one back to Bailey, out in the quick out. Johnny Garcia will shove him out of bounds, and it'll be a first down and 10 now for the Pirates. Clock still running, another 5 minutes to go. And now at midfield are the Pirates. We see Kyle Hendrickson back there at free safety. Very interesting move.
Okay, Cash. So Carlsbad did cover 17, but now let's go through the props and go yes or no if it covered. We got Julian saying over 2.5 touchdowns. Did it cover, Cash?
Yup.
We got Zach Marshall over 2.5 touchdowns. Did it cover?
He beat it by 6.
We got Mason Walsh over 85.5 yards. We don't have the exact number, but I would say he did. He's had a great game, and if anything, he came up short, but he did have a good game putting up a touchdown. Thomas McCormick over 6.5 tackles.
Or Thomas Wyrick, you mean, or hard to tell. We'll see more information in a second. Out in the spread tight, Johnny Stewart giving chase, and he will get the sack. Johnny Stewart will lead the entourage. Caden Dorsey McQueen will give chase, and it'll be a third down, or maybe a third down. Yes, it will be third down and 13 for the Pirates. And they're going to send out Ignacio Davis Chavez, otherwise known as Iggy.
Iggy the GOAT, the man that you've probably seen on Carlsbad football TikTok. I mean, he is the heart and soul of the team. And without Iggy, where would we be, Cash?
I mean, we'd probably still be 6-1, but we would be 6-1 without Iggy, which is not as fun. He's going to hit his man on the dump off. Isaac Hernandez, tackle made by Jacob
81.
Perkle.
And now let's go through the rest of the props. We got Thomas McCormick over 1.5 tackle for loss. I'm going to say he did. He had one in the early game, and I'm pretty sure he did have 2. And finally, we got Jude McClellan over 0.5 sacks. I do not think he recorded a sack today, but I do know he assisted many tackles, and he came up with his own tackles. But obviously, what a day for some Lancer football. It started off great. It's still going great. With Harry Koenig putting the cherry on top of the milkshake with 2 touchdowns to end the game. As clock is ticking down, 2 minutes and 20 seconds. This is a wrap as fans start to get to their car to beat the traffic. What a game by the Lancers.
4th and 11. Isaac Hernandez kick nearly blocked by Jake Keller. Kick will not be fielded with 2:09 to go. It's 1st and 10 for the Lancers, up by 48 here in Carlsbad, making all Carlsbad alumni proud. But meanwhile, if you look in the Oceanside crowd, certainly not happy with this result. It seems the Lancers will just come out in a victory formation and kneel this one out. Julian Sands still out there at quarterback, cannot rush. Wes Johnson out there still due to the whiplash and concussion he suffered in a car accident a mere 2 weeks ago. Julian Sands will kneel it, and with the clock running down, 1:20 to go.
And Cash, as time is ticking down, you want to inform us on the games coming up. What are we looking at? I'll start it off. We got an away game versus LCC next week. There will be no broadcast, but there will be a win. Going to the record. What's next, Cash?
To close off the regular season, it's senior night. Theme is jungle. We will have our powder back. It's home against Vista. It is on a Thursday night, so I do not believe we'll expect a lot of crowds or a lot of fans in the crowd, but we might see an influx of fans in the live stream.
Cash, can you inform the viewers, will there be a live stream on Thursday?
As of now, I'm not 100% sure. It is currently slated on the schedule for us to run the live stream. Sadly, we will not be. I'm getting the word now. We will not be doing live streaming the Vista game. So this is our last regular season game that we are live streaming. Hopefully we get a playoff game at home, however.
Cash, there is no hopefully, there is. We will have a home playoff game week 1, and the theme is going to be whiteout for now. What a game from the Lancers as it's coming across triple zeros very soon. 55-7 from the Lancers. The Pirates stood no chance, and the Lancers went out. They rode on their horse, and they stole the gold from the Pirates. They came to our house, and we showed them what we were, and we showed them what to be reckoned with. Now they know that the Lancers have their gold, and they will never have it back. And we got 10 seconds ticking down as the boys on the field go out to shake hands. What a game, Cash. Tell me about your highlight of the game. What was your favorite part?
Our highlights of the game has got to be the 3-touchdown game that Zach Marshall had. Just an extraordinary game for the absolute athlete. Tried getting reps in at quarterback and running back in about every single position possible. What about you, Roy?
You know, I'm going to agree with you, Cash. Zach Marshall came out to play, and he's going to Michigan for a reason, to continue his athletic and academic career at Michigan. That kid is an academic weapon, and he is a weapon on the field, Cash, displaying 3 touchdowns from the fade to the right. The fade to the right again, and coming down with the deep ball TD. What a day from Zach Marshall. What a day from Harry Koenig. What a day from Julian Sayin. 5 touchdowns, Cash Versailles. What are your thoughts on his performance?
He's a 5-star athlete. He's a 5-star recruit for a reason, and it's nights like those that justify it. We have Queen playing in the loud crowd because we are victorious here. Bob McAllister Field at Swede Crickmar Stadium. 000 struck just a few moments ago. Our final score, 55 for the Lancers, 7 for the Pirates. The Lancers jump up to a 7-1 record. Meanwhile, Oceanside drops to 0-8, both sides respectfully remaining at top and bottom of league. Next week, Carlsbad plays at LCC, and then they'll come back with a home game against Vista. The theme is Jungle. Sadly, we will not be live streaming that one. Oceanside will be playing at home against Ramona next week.
What a game from the Lancers. And let's just talk about the Padres game. We've been giving up updates the whole game. The Padres are leading in the top of the ninth, 2-1, series tied. And we got game 4 at home tomorrow. But let's just talk about Oceanside record, Cash. Okay, they're 0-8. They got a donut on their win. But at least they didn't put a donut up on the scoreboard. Shout out to Kalani Pickett to make at least a couple entertaining plays. He had a day, and it was fun to watch him go out there, make some athletic plays, but even more fun to watch the Lancers offense and defense go out and have a day.
Absolutely. Thank you all at home for tuning in to this week's edition of CHS TV's live stream coverage of varsity sports. It was varsity football's 5th home game of the year, second to last. And hopefully it will not be the only playoff game. Roy, you did an excellent job as always. So please give a shout out to, after giving a shout out to our fans, shout out the sponsors for the night.
Let's just talk about the sponsors. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors. We cannot produce this live broadcast without their generous support of CHS TV Sports live stream telecast. Special thanks to our title sponsor this evening,
GoPro,
the world's most versatile camera. Additional thanks goes to Guttridge Realty Group, North Coast Oral Surgery, Assured Equity Solution, Sober Surgeries, The Pretty Pedal, Hamilton Properties, and That Pizza Place. All of our sponsors are featured on CHS TV website at chstv.com, where you'll find links to their respective websites. Once again, thank you for supporting our broadcast, and a special shout out to the people behind the scene. We cannot do this without you, and you guys are the ones that makes this show electric. With us on the mic, you guys behind the scenes, it all comes together, and that is how a CHS TV broadcast is done, Cash.
Absolutely. Finally, I'd just like to thank everybody at home for supporting us all season. We'll be back for playoffs. Hopefully, it's not set in stone just yet, but if Carlsbad can sink these next 2 weeks with a W in the record book, then I definitely think we can get a home game. Thank you all at home for tuning in. I've been Roy.
We are going to be back 100% on the playoff broadcast for sure. I mean, a win versus LCC in Vista definitely secures the spot for the home playoff game. And everyone that is at home watching, shout out to you, especially my grandparents in Seattle and in Wisconsin if you are tuning in. How about any shout outs from you, Cash?
One final shout out to producer Landon Miller, produced the graphics the entire show, did an excellent job for what he could do. That will do it for us from CHS TV. I'm Cash Money Versailles.
And I'm Roy Kane.
With the rest of our wonderful crew, Sierra Fessler, Michael Basista, and and Mr. Green, and the rest of our camera members. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time.
It's time.